What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's happening? Welcome, man, to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, SimFBallCritic, Sim, whatever you want to call it. Live from the Still Basement. Welcome, my good people of Steeler Nation and others. You know, others like to see what we're doing. But welcome everybody again to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. Happy to bring it to you. Gonna jump into these topics so I can get myself out of the way and bring the phone calls in. And actually, I just realized I don't have the lower third here on the bottom of the screen. There it is. So anybody who wants to get in the queue and call in, phone number is right there on the screen. If you're listening to this and you're unable to view it right now, I got you. Area code 619-924-0818. Quick disclaimer. I expect it to be a lot of calls as this show grows, as we grow it together. So if you must get your phone call answered, you can drop a small donation in the chat. I'll move you up. And there you have it. But speaking of donation, I mean, can I even get started? Can I get started before y'all start throwing the Wonder Bread? Man, round of applause. First donation of the night. Maestro Fresh West. Thank you so very much for the donation. He says 3-0 is beautiful thing, brother. About to visit Pittsburgh for the first time to watch us beat them Cowboys. Oh, man. I wish I could go to that game. I had that game in mind. But I'm actually going to be at a wedding. One of my best friends in the world is getting married that weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to have ourselves a good time, man. And my only hesitation is the fact that it might interfere with my viewing of the Pittsburgh Steelers. If I'm not mistaken, that is a Sunday night game, right? Cowboys, right? Wedding is at 4 o'clock. Don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. Because listen, man, you know, got to chill with the wedding party. So that may affect that post-game show that night. But it is what it is, guys. But yeah, I had my mind set on going to that game, man, until I realized the wedding same weekend. But I hope you have a great, wonderful time, Maestro. Enjoy, brother. Real quick, man, let's say hello to the early commenters. We got Malvo Does It, Y Diggy, Mark Cunningham, Lanisha. Hello, the lovely Lanisha's in the building. I was about to say the lovely Nisha. About to shorten your name. I'm sure somebody calls you that. The lovely Lanisha, guys. Make sure y'all lay out the red carpet for our lovely ladies. Say hello to them. Make them feel more than welcome. Aaron Morse, Vista Light in the building. Who else we got up in here? Let me scroll back up. Pop in the building. That's Leonard Langley for y'all that don't know. CT Pittman, the infamous Tim, MT Legendary. Vista Light. My good brother, partner in crime, Kenyon in the building. Kenyon, we got to get us another steel table in, man. I don't know why we haven't gotten to it. Maybe we get to it maybe next week. After 4 games in, that might be a good time to do a quick assessment. Might be a good time. But we definitely got to get that popping. Relfax in the building. Node 412 is in the building. Steeler Cards in the building. Real G Lee in the building, throwing them 3-0s up in there. My man Antoine Hill is in the building. Who else is up in here early? I guess we can leave it right about there, man, as we dive in. The Stillmatic Network with G Honda. That's quite a long name there. The Stillmatic Network with G Honda. Shout outs. Welcome, G Honda. Appreciate you, man. Or I don't know, maybe a lady. I don't know. Got to be careful nowadays, man. So shout outs to whoever G Honda is. So let's get to it. What am I going to talk about, guys? As you see probably in the description, let me get my notations. I'll let you know exactly where I'm going tonight. We really just going to give, a quick injury recap, of course. We'll talk a little bit about what we took from Tomlin's comments in the presser. We'll definitely do the big hat moment. And, slight recap of Chargers, Steelers, and that will incorporate a lot of different things that I want to talk about. But like I said, I want to be brief so I don't shortchange the phone calls. So let's do it. Let's pull up my order of business here. So the first thing we'll do, man, is I guess we'll tackle Tomlin's comments. All right, let's talk a little bit about what Tomlin talked about in today's presser. Again, you're never going to get but so much out of Mike Tomlin in terms of meaty information. So what I usually just try to gain from it is a couple things that catch my attention. I bring it to you guys and, vice versa. He talked about the guys who we could classify as being out in this week's practice participation, but more importantly, probably going to be out for the game, and he's categorizing that already. That includes Corey Trice. I'm not happy about that one, and the reason why I say that is Corey Trice has been a contributor in the dime package, but more importantly, Dante Jackson got shaken up a bit. So if Corey Trice isn't going to be available, who's the next man up in terms of the cornerback position, right? Will that matter so much against the Colts? You never know. I think they like to run the football, but they have some very good eligibles at receiver. Pittman being one of them. So, yeah, if you're not going to have your three deep, if you will, on the outside, then that is something to be slightly concerned about. Does that mean a guy like Darius Rush? Does it mean a guy like James Pierre? I don't know. So let's keep our eyes open to that right there. That's important. Also, Pruitt. Michael Pruitt could be classified as out again. And because I think he was out this past game. Am I mistaken or no? But whether he was, I can't remember right now, guys. Forgive me. But he's classified. I think Tomlin said you could consider him still being a guy that's out. So I think he may have been out this past game. I can't quite remember now. The weeks are running by so fast. But anyway, you could count him out. So again, that's taken. Yeah, he was out. He was out because Rodney Williams, Hot Rod. Rodney Williams got an opportunity, man, to play in this past game on special teams and made a couple plays, a tackle or two as well. So, yeah, Pruitt will be out again. So we'll see how they utilize the tight end packages. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to what we saw on Sunday. They did a lot of 12 personnel, a little bit of 13 here and there, but they really didn't have any opportunities where they had more than, they didn't have four. Right, like we've seen in a couple weeks past, and they didn't rotate those guys. You were seeing Pruitt a lot. Pruitt was out there a lot in run situations where we were expecting him to run the football, expecting us to run the football. But yeah, he's gonna be out. And Alex Highsmith, huge, colossal. Now maybe it isn't as bad because we have another bad man. It appears to be, who has arrived, who showed up in this past game. We'll talk about him in a moment, but we do have Nick Herbig. But again, guys, the most beautiful thing for defensive teams as far as the edge rush position is when you can be at least three deep. So, while some people might be already, this is what people are already saying. I can guarantee you, man, we don't even need Highsmith, man. Let Herbig start. Because Herbig has played well since he's been in the game. But again, people always have the tendency to do that. They're results driven, meaning, okay, you got a couple sacks. Now you don't care about the other guy. No. We need all of them. That's part of the reason, along with his ability, it's part of the reason why he's able to get some of those sacks, because he's fresh legs coming in. So I want the complement of the three-headed monster, man. So again, without having Highsmith out there, I mean, you're going to see Leal, I'm sure, a little bit here and there. Leal played some outside linebacker in this past game. So we'll see how that goes. Outside of that, man, talked a little bit about Roman Wilson in his comments. He said that, it's hard to get on a moving train. He gave reference to, Dean Lowry, I believe. He was like, look how long it's taken for this guy to get in the game, and he has experience, and Roman Wilson is a rookie. doesn't have experience, and I understand that. Again, guys, it comes down to, we've seen this happen repeatedly. At some point, we do kind of got to trust, I guess, what the coaching staff is doing, whether you agree or not. They're not just going to rush him in there. And I understand that. I guess you got conditioning guys to get up, has to get up, and other things alike. But I would assume, coming off of another week where now he was healthy, I would assume we'll start to see Roman Wilson more so in the fold. One thing I'm not concerned about, guys, when it comes to Roman Wilson, to be honest with you, I'm not concerned with him seeing the field. He will see the field. The reason why I say that is Arthur Smith uses his personnel. That's one thing that I can say about Arthur Smith. I mentioned it in the last game, last week. He uses his personnel. You're going to see everybody. And I love that. You're going to see all kinds of things. You're going to see Cordell Patterson lined out at receiver. See him in the backfield. Calvin Austin. Hayward. We saw Pruitt, and not this past week, but you know what I'm saying. You're going to see everybody. So he's going to utilize the personnel. So I definitely do believe once they think he's fully ready to go from a mental standpoint and physical standpoint, don't worry. We're going to see Roman Wilson in the game. And I'm looking forward to it, man. It's a guy that we all pretty much know what he did in college, and you're excited to see what he might be able to do in the league. So hopefully he gets some type of opportunity soon. What else did I take from Tomlin's presser? Here's an interesting take I have. Mike Tomlin won't commit to saying that Justin Fields is the starter. Let me offer my theory. I don't know this to be true, but he keeps saying the reason why he won't name it is because he doesn't have to. Here's my take on it. Some of you are going to say, why don't he just name the starter? Some of you are going to say he's being stupid. Some of you are going to say he's scared to commit. Some of you are going to say, oh, he just wants to force Russell Wilson out there. I mean, everybody has their theories. So let me offer you mine, and I want to see if you guys agree or not. Is it possible that Tomlin is doing that because he has his manager of men, leader of men hat on? Oh, hold on. We got a donation. Round of applause to my man Brent Fox. Appreciate that, brother. He says, happy to be 3-0, but beware of the Colts. Trap. I feel what you're saying, my good brother, but y'all know I don't like those terms. It's the NFL, man. Any given Sunday. That is a fact. We've seen it way too many times across the NFL, across the league. Teams we saw it this past weekend. There were some teams that I didn't understand why they were losing. There were some teams I didn't understand why they were getting beaten handedly. It's any given Sunday. So me personally, I never like to say trap game because, again, a team like the Colts, they got talent. So you go in there and you're not executing. You go in there and you're not able to execute. And again, styles make fights. You can lose. But I understand what you're saying. Definitely understand what you're saying. And at this point, with starting off 3-0, if a loss came at some point in the next week or two, it wouldn't surprise me or shock me or even make me upset because I didn't expect us to be 3-0. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I didn't think we would get through both road games. I knew it was possible. I wasn't confident that we would do that. We did it. Wasn't all the way confident against the Chargers because that was a very good opponent. Talking about styles making fights. They play very hard-nosed like we do. We saw how that first half turned out. It's good against good. defense against defense, and we were able to pull away and get the edge. So very happy to be 3-0 at this point. So, it would be wonderful to keep winning. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if we ended up 10-0. I wouldn't be mad if we were undefeated before we get into that tough patch that boy, after week 11, and I might even say include week 11. Let me look at the schedule real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I got this correct. And I'm going to say include week 11. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm saying that, because I think week 11 is the one that I'm referencing. Hold on. Give me a second. No, week 10. Include week 10. We have the Washington Commanders, week 10, which is a game I'll probably go to because, driving to D.C. ain't much. I'm doing it tomorrow. Y'all know I commute to D.C. twice a week. This week, I actually only had to do it one day a week, which is tomorrow. By the way, quick break real quick, because he would love it. If I could ask y'all, if y'all be so kind, help me in wishing my right-hand man, my little mini-me. It's my son's birthday today, man. He turned 11 years old today. And that's why I didn't commute down to D.C. today. Stayed home, had some dinner with him. Nothing big, just, So, son, happy birthday. Love you to death. You know that. And I'm telling the world. And I'm sure they're going to wish you a happy birthday as well. My man. So anyway, Washington, we have the Commanders. Y'all see that football game last night? Yeah. Jaden Daniels, yeah, he looked like he getting his feet up under him. Now, I'm not saying that we can't play with anybody. I'm just saying, ain't no easy wins. So let me rattle them off for you. Week 10, Washington Commanders. Week 11, Baltimore Ravens. Week 12, Cleveland Browns. Say what you want about them. Still, Cleveland Browns, still the team that's kind of, been a thorn in our side the last couple of years. We get them here, they get us there. Week 13, Cincinnati Bengals. Say what you want about them, it's still the Bengals. Week 14, Cleveland Browns. Week 15, Philadelphia Eagles. Week 16, Baltimore Ravens. Week 17 on Wednesday, Christmas Day, Kansas City Chiefs. Week 18, Cincinnati Bengals. That is what I call a stretch. So it would not hurt my feelings if somehow the Pittsburgh Steelers head into their bye at week 9 with an 8-0 record, because we might need it. we might need it. So that's what I'll say about that. Sorry about getting sidetracked, guys, but let's get to it. Here's my theory on Tomlin. Maybe he's being a good leader of men. Number one, no need to rock the boat right now. There's no need to come out and declare that right now, because he has that built-in excuse of saying, listen, Russell's not healthy. I don't have to make that declaration today. And we keep everybody happy. Maybe he's continuing to light the fire under Justin Fields to let him know, hey, you still got work to do. Hey, don't think that now the coast is clear and you can cruise. But my theory is you don't need to rock the boat. You don't. These coaches in the NFL, because I look at other press conferences sometimes, just interested. Some of the questions that the media ask these coaches and these players, they don't owe it to tell you everything that they're doing. Remember the hot dog comment? All the ingredients. They don't have to tell you everything that they're doing. So I like the fact that Mike Tomlin, whether we agree or not, I like that he said, listen, I simply don't have to make that decision today. And I'm not going to do it just to appease you. So you could create the narrative or cause controversy within our locker room. perhaps maybe that's what he's doing. Instead of taking the narrative, oh, he just don't want to commit. Oh, he's scared. Oh, I never understand those type of comments because, again, that's that speculation talk that we try to make fact. We all speculate, but when I do it, I say maybe, perhaps it's. I never speak in absolutes. I'm just saying all of us know Justin Fields is the starter right now and has played very well. Now, if Russell Wilson, when he is healthy and they just outright pull Justin Fields, yeah, I might question that. Because he hasn't done anything to not play. Fields, I'm speaking on. But that's just my theory, man. I think it's exactly what he said. He don't have to say. You can just sit back and say, well, Russ is not healthy. We'll make that decision when he's healthy. Because everybody and their mama know Justin Fields is the one that's going to play. So, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Be More Murder. What's up, man? How you been, brother? How you been, man? Y'all needed that win, bro. Y'all needed that win. I mean, again, as much as we compete against one another in the division, it was starting to look crazy out there, man. It would have looked crazy if both the Bengals and Ravens was 0-3. Y'all needed that one. So that's my take on Mike Tomlin. So let's continue, guys. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other things, man, that I just want to point out again in reference to the game, man, as I rewatch it. Minkah Fitzpatrick, guys, he's doing more than most people are thinking. That's all I'm going to say. After watching some All-22, I got through the first half. Minkah is doing more than you guys think. If you just know ball and you just pay attention to certain plays and the impact and effect that it might have on the opposing quarterback and how he's been able to make plays rotating down out of the cover 3, dropping into that robber position and coming down and tackling, these receivers on third down. Like, he's done it quite a few times now already this season where it's him that's coming out of that safety position, rotating that. Oh, by the way, I got to give a shout out to Terrell Austin and Mike Tomlin, because we all believe that Mike Tomlin has his hand in the defense on that particular play that I'm talking about. It was early on in the game. We disguised some coverage. We came out, we had Minkah lined up on the left and had Deshaun Elliott lined up on the right? Almost like it was going to be a cover 2. They was pretty much at the same depth. Before the play snap, Minkah rotated over to the right side. And then at the snap of the play, he rolls down to rob anything underneath. We dropped into a cover 3, but it was well disguised. And I like it that we showed Minkah being on that side to start the play. So if you the quarterback, you like, okay, he's over there. And then when the play at Hut, he's on the left side. And then it turns into a cover 3. See, I like stuff like that. Those are the little things that maybe people don't always know or pay attention to, or you can't really see necessarily on a TV tape unless you're just looking at the secondary. I like that. I like that, Terrell Austin. I like that, Mike Tomlin. Let's keep doing more of that. Let's keep doing more of that disguise. Look good. Najee Harris still has moments, guys, when he chooses the wrong hole. First drive of the game on that 2nd and 6. There was a play. For any of you guys that have the All-22, go look at that play. For you all that are members of the channel, you will see that in the exclusive content because I'll show the first drive. Man, if he just goes left, it was a big crease that opened up on the right, and it fooled Najee. If he would have kept going to the left, he had not only would he have gotten through there, he had a lead blocker in front of him, but he cut back to the right. Now, I love Najee. I think Najee is doing his thing this year. He's running hard. He's running enthused. He's running with energy. But like I said, he still has a tendency, at least from what I see in my POV, he might be taking the wrong hole. And again, guys, listen, I played the position. You know, when you out there, you see things that other people can't see. A lot of times as a running back, especially behind the line of scrimmage, and right when you get to the edge of the trenches, it's instinct. You know, he might have heard something, felt something, and decided to cut back. He probably saw that hole creasing open, and then just couldn't quite, you know. But boy, if he would have stayed to the left, he had it. He had it. And that might have hit for, 10 plus yards easy. But, what else do I have here? Oh man, on that first sack to Khalil Mack, Dan Moore just got whipped, dog. Just outright beat him. And Najee, couldn't get back to Chip because basically Najee looks like he was playing off of Dan Moore, expecting Khalil Mack to go out wide. So Najee was getting in position to pick up the block if he gets around Dan Moore. But Khalil Mack was able to hit him with one of these and literally just push Dan Moore out the way. And he had a close beeline to the quarterback when Najee couldn't get over there in time, and Justin Fields goes down. So, I think Dan Moore had a relatively decent game. He gave up a sack, but, I had to point that out. It was a bad sack. Horrible sack. Also, again, we talked about this in the knee-jerk reaction. Joey Porter, he gave up that touchdown. I saw a lot of people trying to say it was on Minkah. No, it wasn't. Looks like they were in a cover 2 in that situation as I look at the film. And Joey Porter didn't give any chance, right? And they did it smart. They did it smart. The formation, they had 3 guys on that side, so they had a guy coming right across the middle. They had homeboy Quentin Johnson, I think his name is, streaking down the sideline, and then they had the other guy, going into the flat. Joey Porter tried to get cute. He's looking at Herbert, and he immediately bites on the underneath throw. And they just caught a sleeper. And Najee was looking at Minkah was looking at Johnson. He even was lined up, like his body was facing him. He was kind of already in position, but he still has to see what's coming at him. He can't just immediately go over there in case another one of those receivers come across the middle of the field. So the safety he's back there, but he has to read the quarterback to figure out, okay, who's likely to get the ball. And that's why Joey Porter's job is to carry that route a little bit more. And it was like 2nd and 9, right? So you could have given yourself some depth, maybe let the flat go do what it's going to do, and then you rally to the tackle. But if you go back and look at that play, he tried to, he was cute on that one. He tried to get cute. And I mean, he immediately jumped on the underneath route. Immediately. So it leaves Minkah by himself, and Justin Herbert put the ball in the right spot. Football is the fastest object on the field. So it's impossible for Minkah to get over there. And there you have it. So Joey Porter definitely is going to have to, tighten the screws up a little bit on those things. Round of applause, man, to the last King of Scotland. Appreciate the donation. I have to take a sip of water before I respond to this. I have to respectfully disagree with your comment. He says, I would start Cordero Patterson over Najee. He too slow. And Russell Wilson is QB1. Let me explain something to you guys. Well, to you or anybody who feels exactly like last King of Scotland. There's a such thing as a 1-2 punch. There's a such thing as a change of pace. This is the reason why you play, if Najee's your starter, and you bring in a Cordero Patterson. You bring in a Jaylen Warren. It's called change of pace. Cordarrelle Patterson, in my opinion, at this stage of his career, is not your every down starting running back in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, the bruiser type. That's not Cordarrelle Patterson's wheelhouse, if you will. But you can bring him in absolutely the way we're using him. And then as far as the Russ and Justin Fields debate, you know, people can debate that until they blue in the face. It's preference. It's preference. I give more credence to it at the beginning of the season before games were played. But after this last game against the Chargers, I'm sorry. If you cannot see the potential in having a Justin Fields as your starting quarterback, then, we just agree to disagree. And this is somebody who loves Russell Wilson. But what I'm saying to you is there's no reason for me now to be pounding the table for Russell Wilson while Justin Fields is performing well. That's all I'm saying. That Justin Fields hasn't done anything to deserve to be replaced. But if Russ is just your preference, cool. That's why I'm not going to try to debate it. But I just don't, after this last game, again, maybe the first two games you could say, But I started telling y'all in week 2, I said, hey, man, I'm seeing some things that I don't think y'all are paying attention to with Justin Fields. A couple of them throws, especially the big ones that got called back against the Broncos. And in this game, which actually is going to lead me to my next point, man. Justin Fields is playing. He played great in that game, man. Was his numbers gaudy? No, but they don't need to be. They right where they need to be. His completion percentage was good. Yards, more than two? What did he throw, y'all? 240 something? Scored on a, zone read play where he kept the ball, something that we couldn't do with any other quarterback on the roster. But his decision making in this game. Yeah, that little one that the interception happened. I don't know exactly what happened. I haven't gotten to that part of the all 22, but it still was like a tip. It wasn't. Maybe he probably shouldn't have tried to force it. But other than that, his decision making in this game alone, again, if people prefer Russell Wilson, fine. I'm just saying, after watching the game Sunday, there's nothing that I could say that Justin Fields did that I would say, nah, I'd rather see another guy. His decision making, his accuracy even. Wow. I'm gonna give this last King of Scotland a round of applause. I'm gonna give you a short one. Thank you for the donation. I don't know where you're going with this comment, but I'm gonna just say this. This is where I start not to respect comments when you start saying things personally about somebody's take or whatever. You saying. You sound like a thirsty fan. What are you talking about? What is that? That I don't understand what you're talking about. Thirsty. What is thirsty about this comment? Like I hate to say it, dog, but that's just stupid. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's just dumb. And I try to create a culture over here where we don't do that. We can talk, we can disagree, we can agree to disagree. But all of that, calling somebody this, calling somebody that, because they don't agree, that I don't understand that. So stop doing that. Stop doing that, because y'all know me. I'm a real person first. The view ain't that important to me. I will happily send you on your way if you're gonna come over here and act silly and ignorant. You know what I mean? That's it. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, and it's funny because I give people their respect. No, if people want to see Russell Wilson, fine. I'm not disagreeing with that. I am a huge Russell Wilson fan. I'm just saying, if we look at things objectively, even if you hate Justin Fields, it's hard to come away from the game Sunday and say, man, get this guy out of here. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, bro. But anyway, let's move on, man. But like I said, I think Justin Fields is playing very, very well. Very, very well. Oh, man. Got a special guest in here tonight, man. And I'm not even going to say his name, because y'all don't need to know all that. But I have my natural born brother in here. My big brother. Oh, man. I feel special tonight, man. Got my big brother here watching over me, man. Salute, big bruh. Appreciate you. Look like he getting at somebody. Let me see. Hold on. Looking at his comment. But yeah, man. Round of applause, too. We got another donation. We got some more Wonder Bread. Will I Am. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Wonder Bread says, how far can we go without a serious number 2 receiver? How far can we go scoring 15 to 20 points? Good point. I believe in us. I think we're on to something. Man, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Cannot continue to do that. And you know what? The funny thing is I almost wanted to see Najee score so we could say that we scored 28. Right? Wait. Am I tripping? What was the score? 20, right? Well, 27. 27. I almost wanted to see him score just so I could say we got more than 20 points. Am I tripping? Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me look at. I'm telling y'all guys that the days move so fast. I don't remember everything. Yeah, 20 to 10. So I almost wanted Najee to score so I could say the Steelers scored 27 points. But I do believe Will I Am is correct. It scares me. Listen, I know what y'all are gonna say. Man, but our defense, though, man, I get what y'all are saying, but let's not get too far over our heads. It's 3 games. 3. Yeah, our defense look phenomenal right now. Yeah, I see people saying, oh, they're on a historical pace. Don't believe the hype, bruh. Let this build a little bit. It's the NFL. I do not think in 2024 that you holding every team under 14 points. I don't see it. So we have to start scoring more points. Absolutely correct. I'm with you. Somebody said Najee tried to score. I don't know, man. I kind of felt like Najee pulled up at the last second, right? Like if he would have kept running toward the pylon. But when I watched the All 22, I'll see it. But I felt like in real time that he could have kept going. Almost like he hesitated for a moment and then kind of turned more into the defense. I don't know. We'll see. But we definitely need to put more points up. That is a fact. That is a fact. As far as the number 2 receiver thing, though, that's a tough one because looking at Arthur Smith's scheme, there is no number 2 receiver. What is starting to scare me a little bit, though, looking at the scheme, I love it as far as him using multiple formations, multiple plays that look the same, that ain't the same. He's running multiple plays out of the same look, and he's using different types of formations, and he's using a bunch of personnel. We had games where this dude had 4 tight ends out there. Matter of fact, in this game, and some of the plays I was watching earlier, we was running 22 personnel, but 21 personnel even. But what I'm not liking so much is the route combinations or lack thereof that we're putting out there when we go with that big personnel. A lot of times out of them play actions is dudes all running verticals and one guy in the flat. And that's why I said in the knee-jerk reaction, the post-game show, I said, yo, I need to see us evolve a little more out of 11 personnel. I need to see a little more because right now, let me see. Dang, we already have 40 minutes. Man, I be talking too much, don't I? Let me hurry up so I can get to the calls. But yeah, man, I need us to be a little more efficient, or not even efficient. I need us to be able to pose a threat out of 11. I don't want teams to be able to sit on what we're doing because they just looking at the personnel package. And that's kind of, what's got me a little concerned when I look at the defense, the totality of it, if the run game isn't going, right? If it's a slow start like it was in this game, can we switch it up? And now we can go straight up 11 on you, like we ain't got to stay. It's almost like going 11 personnel is our last heave of faith, like, oh no, it's 3rd and 6. What are we going to do? Nah, we got to be potent out of that too. We can't just go big and go heavy and nah. And that's where the number 2 receiver might hurt. See what else we got, guys, before I get to my last point, then I'll get to the calls. I ain't really got nothing else crazy. Cam Hayward is still a dog, man, against the run. If you don't believe me, go watch the All 22. If you don't believe me, go look at that play in the second quarter where the Chargers were threatening to score. And Justin Herbert throws it. Dude runs a quick little skinny post. Beats Dante Jackson, I believe. He overthrows it. Go look at why he overthrew it. Yeah, Cam Hayward with that pressure right up the middle, Herbert could not step into the throw. It's little stuff like that ain't going to show up on the stat sheet. He's still a dog. Against the run, taking on double teams, beating double teams. Boy, I'm going to tell you right now, and again, we talk about this guy every week. Keanu Benton going to be a beast, bro. He's going to be a beast. So is Peyton Wilson. J.K. Dobbins got him on that 3rd down, though, that cutback. He flowed perfectly to the play, but Dobbins made a heck of a cutback, man, and got the 1st down. But Wilson is going to be good. He's going to be good. What's up, Hollywood? My man Hollywood in the building, man. Shout outs to your Commanders, man. They did their thing last night. So, all right, guys, real quick, man. I'm trying to speed through everything. Let's get to the newest and latest and greatest segment of the show. You love it. I love it. It is called It Got Stuck. It didn't play. It's supposed to say the big hat moment. For whatever reason, the video got stuck. Let me try it again. Big hat moment. There it is. Listen, this is real TV, guys. Sometimes at live TV, things happen. All right. We do have some big hat moments to give out. A tip of the big hat to a couple good people. All right. First up, I feel like I'm going to be giving this guy the big hat, tip of the big hat every week. Zach Frazier. Man. That's all I can say. I don't have much more to say. Zach Frazier, man. Dog. This dude looking like, again, it's only been 3 weeks, so I don't want to get too crazy. But again, some guys, the way they play, I don't expect any less. Tip of the big hat to Zach Frazier. Steelers, good job finally on a center. 2nd round center, I might say. Good find. About time. It's a long ways away from Kendrick Green. Finally, you did it right. And this dude is a dog. If you don't believe me, go check out even Baldy on Twitter. Check out his breakdowns. And he has now he calls him Matt Frazier because he says he likes to put people down on the mat. Always pinning somebody to the ground. As opposed to Kendrick Green always getting put on his back down to the ground. Hey, man. Never want to see a guy get hurt. Never want to see a guy lose his job off an injury. But man, Nate Herbig going down may have been a blessing. Who knows? Maybe Nate Herbig would have played well as well. But I think this guy is the future, and he's getting nothing but experience right now. And boy, does he look good doing it. Next up for the big head moment, we're going to talk about Justin Fields. And I'm just going to be brief with that. Justin Fields had an incredible game for the Steelers. Was it over the top? No. Was it 300 yards, 400 yards? No. But that was a very complete game that he played for Pittsburgh. And if you don't see the potential now, I'm not sure you ever will. I think you're more of a highlight watcher if you can't watch that game and see, whoa, Steelers might have something here. Whoa. If you in the division and you watching that game, you like, whoa, we never had to defend that from Pittsburgh over the last decade. Whoa. Tip of the big hat to Justin Fields. I have a couple more. Next up for big head moment, Calvin Austin. Even though if Calvin Austin put this on, we wouldn't even see him. That's the man. He looked like the littlest dude out there, don't he? But that little dude can run, man. And shout outs to Calvin Austin, man. You get a tip of the big hat because you finally show up in the game. It ain't always your fault. People got to pass you the ball. But you finally show up in the game in spots where you made a difference. Not just a touchdown. But remember that catch? I want to say was it the third quarter? Down the middle of the field from Justin Fields. Donation. Beautiful. And Calvin Austin was getting himself open, man. And tip of the big hat for showing us that speed. The little dude can scoot, man. Shout outs to Calvin Austin having a phenomenal day. What was it? 4 catches, 90-something yards, and of course the 50-plus yard touchdown. But my man finally making an impact on offense. And like I said, it hasn't always been his fault, but it's good to see. So I got to give you a tip of the big hat. And last but certainly not least, for big head moment, Nick Herbig. Yo. Matter of fact, I'm going to give Nick Herbig the cool big hat moment. We're going to turn that thing around for Nick Herbig. Brother. Let me tell y'all something, man. A lot of you fans get mad at Pittsburgh when they seem to draft a bust. Oh, they can't pick anybody. Oh, these guys, the Tomlin era. Oh, they can't never draft a star. Well, let me tell you somebody that they can draft. Let me tell you a school that they draft well from. So it seems. Wisconsin. Where did TJ Watt play ball? Where did a shorter version of TJ Watt play ball in the Nick Herbig? How about this? That other dude that we keep talking about that looked like he gonna be something, Keanu Benton, where he play ball at? We never give the team credit when they hit. Ain't that funny? I watch y'all. I'm telling you, I be watching y'all. Y'all don't never give credit when they hit on a draft pick. This very year, Broderick Jones, and I'm about to get to Broderick Jones, and I did it again, guys. I went way over time, so I'm not going to have a lot of time for calls. My bad. But Broderick Jones. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about Broderick Jones while I have the big hat on. That's the main topic of the night, and right after that, we get into the calls. Y'all just called the man a bust. I said Broderick Jones you had the worst game of your career. Call him into the office. I said, hey, bro, you ain't looking good right now, but what did I finish up saying? Hey, I'm not ready to throw you out. Just right now, dog, we got to go with Fautanu. Maybe you'll get it. And what else did I say? Maybe as years go on, maybe we'll see you on the left and Fautanu on the right. But no. So many of y'all was ready to just flush him down the toilet. Well, I'm here to tell you, Broderick Jones ain't had no bad game. Look, see, this is how y'all do. Look at MT Legendary. Ain't nobody saying one game. Can we as a fan base allow these players to develop? I'm not anointing him either after one game, but what I'm saying is he rebounded. That should account for something. Because what it does show you is it didn't get in his head as a young fella. What I don't understand about some of us in Steeler Nation, why do we root so far against these players? Quick round of applause to the last King of Scotland. I'm going to give you like a second worth. I thank you for your donation. I really do. But come on, man. Jaden Daniels last night was potential, not fit. This is what I'm talking about. Why do you guys always beat down the people who are playing on your team? Because guess what? What if the Steelers decide to start him the rest of the season? Are you just going to sit back and complain, or are you going to at least try to root for him to get better because you want your team to win? I'm not saying that we can't dislike a player, a coach, or whatever, but I don't understand the logic of just piling on, kicking these dudes down. Why? 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 I don't get it, man. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't get it, because I could get into some other stuff, but this ain't the show for that. But it's just a wild mentality, man, that I'm starting to see. And I'm not shooting at you guys directly, but even just the way people act on social media. It's like, I don't know, man. It's the way of the world is weird right now. I'll just say that. But I don't get. We could all sit here in this chat and laugh and comment and be like, man, I don't like that dude. He sucks, da-da-da-da-da. But I still wish the best for them, because they play on a team that I hope one day gets number 7. And if they're a part of the team, I got to root for them. I want Justin Fields to succeed. I told y'all in the offseason, as much of a fan as I am of Russell Wilson, I want Justin Fields to succeed because of the potential. 25-year-old uber athlete, big time arm, now starting to show a little accuracy, now starting to show a little control of the offense, is not going to cost as much as these other QBs. Unless y'all hoping for a draftee. I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, let's get Shador. What cracks me up about that is you never can guarantee what quarterback is gonna be there or not be there. So if you can get solid play out of Justin Fields, why not? That's all I got. Let's take some phone calls, man. But I do definitely thank y'all for taking the time to enjoy Big Head Moment. Thank you very much. Hold on. Before we get to the phone calls, I got another donation. We got some more Wonder Bread, man. Thank you to CT Pittman. I appreciate you, brother. Right. He said the problem is too many people have played Madden, and they think these players got to have their superstar dev trait in real life. I tell you, man, it's crazy, man. We're just mere fans, man. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, as being I say former, because I don't do much athletics now in terms of playing football and stuff like that. But as a former athlete, man, I just see it different, man. I try not to beat down these guys, and I try not to call a dude trash and all of that, because again, man, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Juan, I'm gonna have to let you go, brother. I saw it. It's too late. I already saw it. So, goodbye. We have no room for that. We have no place for that. Maybe it was a slip, because I saw you correct it, but I don't believe that. Now, there's no way you mistakenly typed GAY and you meant HAT. That's your first warning. We don't do that. We don't do that. So hopefully, Juan, I'm gonna take you at face value. All right, guys, let's get to some phone calls, man, and we're gonna take a few, and then we're gonna get up out here. Who we got? Oh, we got some calls in the queue. All right, man. Listen, let's be quick. I'm gonna try to get as many as I can. Can't guarantee they all gonna get got, but we definitely going with the first caller, our buddy. All respects due to Mr. Winningham, area 803. What you got for us?
Good evening, brother. Good evening. Now, as fans, we have to relax. We have to let things unfold. Like you said, this is a long season. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. I have to give Omar Khan credit for this roster construction. Makes me think, I don't know what's going to be the position that we're going to look for once the trade deadline comes. May not be wide receiver. But we're so rich at safety right now. One question I want to ask you off the bat is, where do you think, with Terrell Edmonds back, what can we do with Minka Fitzpatrick in our coverage? We are deep in safety this year. As deep as I ever seen it. Secondly, I want to let everybody know the NFL is a strange thing. You know, a few years ago, we look at a guy like Justin Fields and Malik Willis, and they're struggling. They can't either get on the field or they're having problems on the field. But look what has happened now. Justin Fields and Malik Willis are having a lot of success, where our man at Jacksonville, the quarterback at Jacksonville, Kenny Pickett and a few other high draft picks are not. So I want everybody to think about how the NFL is like a New York City minute. Things change. I thank you so much, and everybody have a great week. Thank you.
Mr. Winningham, we definitely appreciate you, man. Always words of wisdom right there. And I'm just going to actually chime in on what he said, the last part. He did want me to answer his question about Edmonds. Honestly, I don't think Edmonds... I have a hard time getting Edmonds on the field right now. So I don't know if it changes much in terms of Minka, because Deshaun Elliott is playing so well, right? So if Edmonds gets on the field, maybe it's a situation where, you know, we like to do that 3 safety look, but we've already done that too without Edmonds. So I'm not sure where Edmonds... I don't think he gets on the field. So honestly, Mr. Winningham, I don't think it changes anything in terms of coverage. I think we do need to keep an eye out maybe for another potential corner, because I just saw somebody say, looks like Trice is on IR again. And that's not good, man, because Trice was, man, we were starting to kind of feel like maybe we could get something out of him, right? He was playing in a dime. So now cornerback might be more of a let's look and see than safety. But yeah, the NFL is a funny thing, ain't it? Look at Malik. I see you, Malik. Look at Sam Darnold. It's a funny thing, man. That's why, again, guys, y'all be ready to throw players down the toilet real fast. I don't get it. I don't get it. You never want to let these guys develop and cook. Area code 302, what you got for us?
Hey, Sim, I'm going to keep this brief. For people who are saying, why isn't Cordell Patterson or Jalen Warren starting, or guys like Nick Herbig starting, you guys have to remember, these guys are coming in and they're producing at a high level in spots. Alex Highsmith is the starter, so he's taking the majority of the reps. So it's really easy for a guy like Nick Herbig to come in for 10 snaps in a game and be super fresh against the tackle who's going up against Alex Highsmith all game long. Alex is also more of a run stuffer and a pass rusher, while Nick Herbig is just a pass rusher. And then for people saying, they hate on Justin Fields because he's not, scoring 28, 32 points. I mean, in this offense, we're asking Justin Fields to play understanding that we might only need to win by one score. If we haven't gotten into a game where we need to win by scoring 32 or 28 points. We need to win by scoring 17, 20 points a game. We don't know yet if this offense can't score those points because we haven't been put in those situations. Even if you put someone like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes in this offense, they're just going to run the offense the same way he's running it. You haven't really seen a throw that Justin Fields has made or hasn't made where you're like, man, we wish we could find a quarterback that could make that throw. That's all I really have for you. Have a good one.
Man, it's a very good point. That's an excellent point. Guys, we are looking at the points. I said it last week too, but who's to say that this offense can't produce points? Like I said to y'all, man, some of y'all try to put it on Tomlin. Oh, he don't want to score. He just want to keep. There's no coach in the NFL don't want to put 100 points up. If Tomlin felt like that we could score 50 points a game running the football, then he's going to score 50 points a game. So that's the thing. Maybe if we can get this offense cooking, running the football with fluidity, the points might come. Like I said, again, yeah, it was close to the end of the game, but that was a product of us wearing them down. We probably could have scored at the end of the game, and that would have been 27. What I just don't like is the slow starts. I don't like how this offense has had these 3 and outs in inopportune times. You can't do that. Defense give you back-to-back 3 and outs and you go back-to-back 3 and outs. See, that kind of stuff, we can't do that. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It is week trade. 3. Let's see what happens. All right, next up, guys, and I'm telling you now, I won't be able to get them all. I may be able to grab 1 or 2 more. I'm going to ask y'all a question about the phone calls after we're done, because I might have to change up this whole format of Terrible Towel Tuesday if y'all are going to be calling in like this. Give me a second. All right, area code 213, what you got for us?
Yes. I want to state the point that I'm very, very encouraged at the fact that we scored 20 points. I was kind of envy because of the fact that, I got a brother-in-law that is a Bills fan, and I saw the rookie with the Commanders last night. I believe we will get to that point, whether it's with, Wilson, if he does come back, or, with our current quarterback in Justin Fields. And I'm glad to see he resurrected his career, because in Chicago, it's like they threw him away. And we see that the rookie is struggling, and our quarterback is doing a lot better. So I am all for that. But I believe we will improve week by week, and we will score those 30 points plus. And I think it's all up in the air. We got the division, and Cincinnati losing last night. So I believe we're in the right direction. A lot of criticism is still being opposed to the people about not scoring a lot of points, and Tomlin is so conservative. But we don't know what's going on in their rooms and how things are progressing. All we can say is that things are looking good. We're 3-0. I think the Steelers fan base is the only fan base that could play and still win at the same time. I've never seen that with any other fan base. Keep that in mind. That's all I have.
Man, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, man. Very valid points. I don't even think I need to waste time to rehash it. I might not say it the way he said it. Very valid points. And like you said, man, it's like the conservative part of it, right? There's times where I don't like us being conservative, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. if we can be conservative, right? If the coaching staff knows that, all right, we can be conservative now, we're gonna win, fine. I'm just afraid that it seems like it can't be sustained, right? But imagine if, let's just say we played a Kansas City Chiefs team and we hold them to 14. I'm just saying, let's just say, and we scored 16. I ain't gonna be mad at that. Remember when we got shellacked because we had no defense. But remember the year when we went to the AFC championship game and got throttled by New England? Y'all remember what the score was against Kansas City in the playoffs on the road? Y'all remember what the score was? You remember how many points the Steelers scored that night? So what I'm saying is, if you can get it done, there are spots in which, yeah, let's be conservative if defense is playing well. I just will never believe that the coach's intention is to not score. Because you can be conservative by handing off the ball, but if Najee run for 400 yards and score 8 touchdowns, so be it. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see it both sides. Great points, man. Great points. All right, guys, one more call. And like I said, I'm going to apologize in advance for those who are not going to get in, but stick around, because I'm going to say something after this last call that we're going to need to stick to, and I have to stick to it as well. Area code 937, what you got for us?
Oh, man, Sam, what's up, bro? What's up, my Steelers family?
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, let me say, I don't say thank you enough sometimes because I be so excited. Number one, thank you for taking my call, man, because it's humbling, because you about to blow up, man. And you ain't going to be able to take everybody. You got to put that cash up in there, baby. And I want to say, first of all, I love the big hat session. I think it complements the office call. So you got, the positive and the negative, which makes cheat. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, man. I think it's genius, man. So good job on that, man. I love it, man. I love the big hat session as well, man. Well, for me, man, I'm impressed by the defense, brother. I'm impressed by the defense right now. Now, y'all remember a few weeks ago, before the season started, I said, whose defense is better than ours? Everybody said the Browns, this, that, and the other, different teams. But right now, I know it's early in the season. I get that. I'm not, I ain't putting us in the Super Bowl. But just right now, within these 3 weeks of the NFL, I got a question. I know we're top 5. Or are we number 1? Now, all the so-called professional analysts and such. Now, I heard, I watch football, man. I watch sports all the time, man. ESPN and all that. They think we are. Yeah, now y'all jumping on they're on our tip right now. But most of them said that we was going to finish last in the division. I know it's only week 3, but I love that. I love opposition. I love when they doubt us. It's like life, when they doubt you, and you come back up, But the reason I said that is because the acquisitions that we had of Queen and Elliott and Jackson, and they just seem to really fit our system defensively, man. And I just think, I just think we're going to be, if Justin's going to keep improving, I believe that we're going to be, kind of hard to beat. Now, we could lose a little bit, the next 3 games. But I doubt it. If I had to put my money on it, I'd say we'd be 2-1 in the next 3 games. But for right now, I'm proud of our Steelers. I'm sure you guys are. I'm sure you're excited. And, we have to see. It's still early. But I'm pleased. Who don't want to have a 3-0 start? And the Chargers, let me say this. The Chargers are not a weak team at all. They're not the Falcons ain't weak. The Falcons might win their division. So when you put that into the aspect of it, I think we're pretty strong, man. I think we're pretty strong. I don't think I got nothing else much to say, man. Yeah, I'll be writing stuff down. I take your show serious, Tim, so I write down notes. I write down notes like I'm studying, bro, because I want to come correct. You know what I'm saying? But I just love y'all, man. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Tell me what you think about my statements. And thank you, and I love y'all. Peace.
Man, always good to speak to Johnny, man. We appreciate it. I really do appreciate y'all's support, man. I don't take it for granted. You know, I'm just some regular dude, love the Steelers, decided to cut on the camera one day and talk to y'all about it. So the fact that I have this so-called following, that's why I don't even call y'all fans. We family. It's humbling. Absolutely appreciate y'all, man, for sure. Johnny came right on here. He said it. Remember, I was like, I don't know, man, slow down. But he said it. What defense is better than ours? And it's hard to argue that there is one better through 3 weeks. Some close ones. Chargers have been playing well. Chargers still play well. They ain't let us go crazy on them. But he might have a point. Some of y'all said that this defense could be number one in the league. And I was the one that was kind of like, slow down. But, yeah, Vikings defense is playing incredibly well as well. So, listen, man, the sky could be the limit for the Steelers. Agree with everything Johnny said, man. I'll just add to it. You know, I think all of us are kind of feeling this way. It's early. He said it. You couldn't mess around and lose the next 3 games. And everybody feeling worse. It's early. We have to wait and see how this is going to turn out. But heck of a start. Way better than I thought it would be. And that's all I got. And if they mess around and go down to Indianapolis and win that, if they keep stacking these AFC games, man, yeah, we got 2 in the can already. That's good. So real quick, guys, before I wrap things up, I have a serious question for y'all, man, and y'all put it in the chat. Got to get a little more structure. I got to govern myself because I always say that Tuesday is for phone calls, and then I don't leave enough time because I can't sit on here all night. How do you guys want to approach this going forward? I really think I want to make it very restrictive where maybe on Tuesday, when I come on here, I'm just giving super light recaps. And when I say that, I mean the intention is for that to be about 15 minutes. And the rest of the time, I allow at least a half hour for phone calls. Now, maybe if it's a night that we don't have calls, I'll talk a little more. But I really want to get more structured because what I definitely want to do is when we have a bunch of calls like we had tonight, I want to hear from each and every one of y'all as long as everybody keep it tight, keep it short and sweet. But I think that's probably what we need to do, man. Somebody says, forget live calls, do voicemails. You know, I want to help y'all help shape the show. I think a lot of people have enjoyed the live call aspect, but I'm one of those, I'm going to do what I think feels good, but I'm also going to take the opinions of you all. So if some of y'all could throw some of that in the chat right now, if you prefer to do it on a solo tip, you can send me an email, SimFBallCritic@gmail.com. But give me your opinion, man. Would y'all rather me condense my talking and allow more time for phone calls? Or do y'all prefer it to do like it did tonight? Sometimes it might run long and we only have an opportunity for a few calls. Third option, we don't do calls at all, unless somebody, drops a donation and I answer the call. I don't know. I don't want it to come to that, but I'm just saying we got to find a way to keep it balanced. Because again, Tuesday nights are a little tougher for me, so I can't sit on the phone, on the line all day. But yeah, y'all definitely give me some feedback on that, man. Please. If you don't do it here live, you can leave a comment after the show is posted as a post recording, or like I said, you can shoot me an email. Let me read a quick couple of these real quick. Y'all say somebody here. Oh, hold on, man. Got to interrupt myself again. We got some Wonder Bread. We got some Wonder Bread from Walter Worthy, man. Round of applause, my good brother. Thank you. Walter Worthy coming with the dub. You see, it even changed the color of his donation. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate you. He said, these Steelers fans are funny. Fact of the matter is, Fields has improved every week. The Broncos and the Chargers are top 6 defenses in scoring allowed so far. Also, have a hard time recalling another next man up, next ready team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't give credit to the Steelers when we do good things. And that is hilarious to me, man. We really don't. Oh, look at this guy. Virgin or whatever says donation equals answer call. Okay. Well, maybe. And the reason why I'm picking with him is, you know, we had a little bit of a back and forth in another call. But that's what it is. Like, I don't want it to be that, you know. I prefer for everybody to call and get a chance to call in, right? So we'll see. But like I said, shoot me some ideas. I don't know if I can make it happen on Wednesday either. I can't commit. You know, right now my schedule's crazy. I don't know if I can commit to a separate day for just calls, but we're gonna make it happen. The point is I would prefer y'all to call as much as possible. So if that means me reducing my talk time, I'm happy to do it. But bottom line, we have to stick to something like that. I don't want to keep having these shows like this where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Nah. David Jones says a quick recap of the previous game and take calls that strictly pertain to the topic inside of 2 minutes max. Love that. Daron says, I like the live call, and how about doing calls on Wednesday? Yeah, I can't make the Wednesday happen, but I know y'all love the live calls. CT says, I prefer you leave it as is. No reason to ripple the waters. You're right. And see, me shortening things is not going to change much at all, CT, because it's really just me talking too much. That's all it is. I could definitely shorten it. Mark says, if we can stay healthy. Oh, Sutton, I forgot. Cam Sutton does come back. He does come back. I totally forgot about Cam Sutton. Sure did. CT says, man, this is your show. You do what you want. We will show up regardless. I know y'all will, man. But again, you know, you got to please your audience, right? MT says, no donation less than 25 will be an answer call. Time is money. Hey, you are right. You're right. You know, maybe one day. Maybe one day when, I mean, this show is huge, as they say. And maybe the time really will be money. But, okay. See what he trying to do to y'all? He trying to make y'all come out them pockets. Walter said, there are some good callers, would miss that. Absolutely. But we here regardless. And last one, Mr. Winningham says, so many points we can do calls and questions like the lockdown show. You might bring in some special guests like Alex. Yeah, so let's end the show on that. That's my vision, man, eventually to grow this thing bigger and better than what we're seeing right now, man. I really would love at some point to get it to a point where I can even do some stuff like bring in people from opposing teams and we chat it up. Things like that. You know, Alex Kazua has dropped in here from time to time. Y'all know we all love Steelers Depot. But he's come over here and rocked with us a couple times, just showing up in the chat. Maybe reach out to him. You know, I would love to start doing more like that. You know, instead of just sitting here and me talking. I know y'all appreciate it, but we're going to grow together. We're going to grow together. Definitely. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. But I think me and Kenya, man, perhaps next week we'll do another Steel Table for you guys that don't know what that is. My good brother Kenyon will come on. We'll kind of assess where the Steelers are after 4 games, give our thoughts and opinions on certain things, injuries, the future, things like that. You know, just to give y'all a little more conversational piece as opposed to just one person talking. So we'll see. All right, man, let's do it. Let's get out of here. Y'all know I appreciate y'all, man. I'm always going to remind y'all to just do these couple things for me. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. The fourth thing, share the stream. Don't hurt to do that as well. But all I need you guys to do is make sure y'all stay safe out there. Stay healthy. God bless. Good night. And like always, I thank y'all for tuning in to the latest episode of Tomlin Tuesday. And I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.